One day a kid decided to go snowboarding for the first time. He thought he would be just fine. His cephalic wore a helmet, but it didn't protect his orbital, so he wore goggles, and that actually looked horrible. Before he started, his buccals were rosy red, and his nasals were running. That's what his friend said. The boys raced down the hill. In his thorax area, the sternal and axillary felt the thrill. It didn't take long to make a frown. After a short time, his frontal was straight to the ground. When he lifted his head up, he didn't know his oral was full of snow. He tried to move, but was in shock. His cervical was beaten up by a rock. A skier passes, laughing so hard, their abdominals must have lost all its lard. He's all alone, crouching on his patellar. He could feel his popliteal was not too stellar. He pushes up using everything from his acromial region to his carpals. The pain is so strong he's about ready to lose his marbles. Pretty soon he was back on his planters and ready to go. He can see several trees ahead. His brachials are pulsing. Uh-oh. He uses his coxal and pelvic to twist and turn, but it's too late. His lumbar is going straight into the fern. Soon he's lying down with excruciating pain. He knows his vertebrae will never be the same. His olecranal is on fire, or maybe it's his antecubital. It doesn't matter, he would rather be in a cubicle. He looks at his stomach, so unbelievable. He's actually bleeding from his umbilical. He feels the snow tinkle in his digital.
He looks at his board, and it's mid-sagittal. The ski patrol comes to his rescue. They are wearing all blue. They secure his occipital in place, then put their antebrachial over him. Then it was a race. The boy's gluteal feels frozen. He tries to shout. After his pubic area becomes numb, he blacks out. He wakes up later and notices his fibula is now in a cast. His tarsals are elevated. His calcaneal is badly bruised, so he can't go fast. With all his attention on his curl, he doesn't know the pain in his sural. The femoral, his largest bone, was healthy and left alone. On the bed, there was a pillow by his sacral. His dorsal was sore, and so was his ventral. The posterior damage was located in the legs and scapular, while the anterior damage was less than spectacular. The inguinal is proximal with its pelvic, and it also feels pain. The frontal and tarsals are distal in domain. The boy's lateral movement was in halt. The deep pain was all over in his own fault. If his body was sectioned in a transverse way, all the pain would be evenly displayed. His heart is medial with his lungs. Both are undamaged. He will just need some Tums. His head is superior with his aching back, while the tarsals are inferior, yet no heart attack. The cast and bandages are all intact. They are superficial to his damaged body, and that's a fact.